Hello, everybody. Hopefully, this one's better. I've got no warnings, I've got no buffering by the looks of it. So, hopefully, everybody finds me. Let me just get. Let me just pop in the other chat. I'm so sorry about this. Gosh, we're nearly like half an hour in and I've got nowhere. So, please tell me that this one seems a lot better. And I'm here. You can see my hands this time. I'm back, Jennifer. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Anna. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Ruthie. Hi, Karen. Hi, Helen. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Jane. Hi, Mummy. Oh, I think I might do a pre-recorded one next time. Oh, dear me. Um, it's crazy. I've moved everything off my desk because it was just going haywire. Thank you, Wilson. No problem, Jennifer. Lurk away. So I'm going to get stuck into it now. I'm going to rejig what I said earlier. I'm colouring for Deborah Muller, and this is Back Kitty. She has two images. I will be colouring the other image as well, but it won't be on the Spooktober. It'll be in my own streams. Oh, I know, Ashley. So I do apologise. You got kicked out, but you're back. Oh, I'm sorry, Barbara. Hi, Dawn. Hi, everyone coming in. I'm so sorry. I hope you all find this stream, but that was an absolute nightmare. I couldn't stay on it, and it was just really stressing me out. So I've got you on chat here. I can see you all. So I hope everyone finds me here. So we're going to do the glow effect on the cat. I'm just going to continue and do this side and finish the wings. And what I don't get finished today, don't worry, because I will continue it on my normal streams. Let me just move that logo a little bit smaller. Okay, so Deborah Muller also has a Facebook page. If you go in my description, the link to Deborah Muller's Etsy store and her Facebook group, please go on there and check her out. She has some amazing, amazing Halloween PDFs. She also has single PDFs for Halloween on top of the one she's done for Spooktober. They're all amazing. We are doing a giveaway. We're giving away one PDF colouring book to one lucky winner. So I'll do that about 8:30. And it'll be the normal way we draw, where it's a 1 to 100, but we'll do that at 8:30. So I'm really, really sorry for the gremlins there. So let's get on with the colouring. So I am using Holbein's Soft White 501. And I'm going to be doing exactly the same as what I did this morning, only the other side, because there's a lot of people here who wasn't there this morning, so I'd like to show everyone what I've done. Hello, Shelley. Hi, Deborah. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tracy. We had to start again. Oh, I didn't have no trouble this morning whatsoever. None at all. It was absolutely perfect. And then today it's just like bam. Or should I say tonight? But I feel like I've been up absolutely ages. Shannon, you're back. I hope everyone finds me. Oh, thank you, Deborah. So as we I don't know if anyone got to see my image. I couldn't see at all. So this is what the pre-mock-up what I did. So this is what it'll look like. First I was going to do the spiky effect, but when I did everything, the wing, it didn't look right, so we're going for this one. And then the cat fur, if we get onto it today, which probably won't now because I've lost so much time, um, we'll do that in my other stream. So don't worry about it. We will cover it all if you want to see that. So who's been managed to see all the streams the whole of the Spooktober weekend? Hi, Louise. You're back. It is. It's a fantastic. Both are images are Wilson. I absolutely love them, and I had a hard time deciding which one I was going to colour. I was like, oh, and I messaged Deborah and I said, have you any preferences? And we kind of just decided that there's a lot of portraits, so I went with the cat, and that's what we're doing today. And I've absolutely loved challenging myself to do that cat fur. It took me all day, and I don't do animal fur. I've done a squirrel and I've done a sloth, and that was the third time. Oh, Della, you found me. I'm just wondering if I can put a link. Oh, I'll not be able to put a link in it now. But this soft white, Holbein soft white, is amazing for anything glowy. And on this toned tan paper, woo, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's not very good because it is broke, so I'm trying to use it before I pull that end out. I'm trying to use as much of it as I can. So I might be holding my pencil a bit awkward, but that's purely because I'm trying to use, because it's such an expensive pencil, I'm trying to use what's left in there. So we're using a combination for this glow effect of, there is these ones all monarch, but throughout the colouring there is a mixture of monarch, how did that come out like that then? A mixture of monarch and the other Blackwidow set. So to get this glow effect, it's Holbein soft white, passion, green slime, blue daisy, storm blue, blue moon, and navy blue. And that's how we created the back glow. And we'll also be doing the glowing moon as well. So let me just start these up. I hope everyone's managed to find me. I can't even put a link in there because as soon as I came off it, the stream disappears for me. The cat fur. He does. He's quite good. I was actually impressed with myself. I was bugging all my friends yesterday, including Ashley and my other friend Kirsty. And I was sending a message, does it look all right? Because everyone knows what I'm like. I get so paranoid that it doesn't look good. So we're going to go in with passion. And I'm going to flick it out. This is just to give it that first base layer. And I will turn, I'm very sorry. They'll be looking. I don't know how else to put anything on because there was quite a few in that other stream as well, so I don't know. I don't know how to tell them I'm here. But this stream is actually running right, so I don't know why it's any different or what I've done different. I just started another stream and it was clear. So touch wood, it doesn't go any worse. And I've tried to do my nails all bloody for the occasion. And I was doing I was going to make all my hands look burned, but the latex I bought was pants, so I've wiped it all off. So I didn't get burnt looking Freddy Krueger hands today. Oh, I love I love all the sets. I know Wilson is not, Shannon's not in the Blackwidow club, are you, love? So going to go with the spooky stories soon. I've saved some. I did tell some this morning. And hopefully you guys have all got some spooky stories to tell me. Pencil snob. I don't mind. So long as I can use the pencils, I don't really mind what ones I have. I'm more care for whether I can use them because Prismacolors are not my friend at all. I do like them if I really want to mush something together. So I'm just flicking now again with the soft white. This is just to blend or morph the two because it's so white against such a bright luminous colour. This is why I'm flicking. And I'm just going to go in between again and it'll just take that blend line away a bit more. Pencil snob. I do have some pencil snob pencils, as I call them. I do have some. I have my Pablos and I have my Polychromos, and they are my go-to pencil normally. But I found I have been using a lot of Blackwidow. In all honesty, I actually have Blackwidow Polychromos out to do this weekend, but I ended up for some reason picking up the Blackwidows. And I think what's funny about it, they've got like, for example, my next colour is green slime, so they've got really good Halloween colours going on. So I thought it'd be good. Hi, Mary. Did you find me? Have you not, Helen? Oh, I'm glad everyone's starting to come over. I feel really bad. I was like, oh, what do I do? So now we're using green slime. And again, I'm just flicking. Flicky, flicky. And I know Mary still doesn't do the flicky, flicky. Oh, I have no idea. I'm so sorry, Mary. I have no idea what was going on with that stream. It was being stream annoying. Not had trouble like that for quite a while though, to be honest. But we're here and we're rolling. And I am holding my pencil slightly further down than normal. And I'm doing that because I'm adding more pressure than normal purely for speed. And I've practiced it, so I'm kind of getting good at blending it fast. So this normally, as everyone knows, I take about 7 parts, or I might do 7 streams to complete one whole picture. So I am trying my hardest to go a little bit faster today. And I'm just taking the passion over the top of green slime. And then going back in with green slime. So it's kind of like fast layering. Woohoo! Have you, Mary? Yes. Oh yeah, you was doing a bit of flicky flicky the other day on your stream. I seen that when you was doing that grass, you was flicky flickying. Okay, that is looking good. I'm just gonna go back in with my Holbein soft white. Pick that bright glow up again. I just want it to kind of like look like it's got little rays coming off it. That makes sense. You're loving all our new lingo that came from this weekend. Pencil snob, slave, and the swatch. Anything else? You might pick up quite a few blinders from me. Shelley. I'm common as muck. I've been teaching Mary a few slangs of the Wigan accent. So one last layer over, and then we're going to move on to the other colours. So just back over with passion. Is anyone colouring in this image? Anyone bought the image? Illustration, should I say. Slap my hand. Hi, Nick and Tina. How are you? Your image was lovely, Nick, when I was watching the other night. So I told two stories, two or three ghost stories, I think, this morning. So I'm going to tell you about one of my childhood ones now, from when I was little, and this is why I've got a spiritual connection now, I believe, and so I've been told, because I used to see spirit as a child. So I'm just going to flick with this one, and this is Blue Daisy. And I used to see spirit as a child, and funnily enough, I don't remember anything about it now. All I remember is being scared of my wardrobe, and I said to my mum a long time ago, Mum, why was I so scared of my wardrobe when I was a kid? She'd have no idea why you was actually scared of the wardrobe. She said because you used to talk to a little boy who apparently lived in your wardrobe. But all I remember is being scared of it. We're good. That's it. I've always recognised it as Jodie Whittaker's accent. We're good. Um, so, and I was saying, what do you mean? Because I obviously don't have any recollection of talking to a child. And she said, you used to say there was a little boy that lived in your wardrobe, and my mum always thought it was an imaginary friend. And he'd come out my wardrobe every night, and he'd sit on my bed and talk to me. And my mum thought it was my imaginary friend until she spoke to the neighbour. And the neighbour said there was a child that had previously passed away in the house, and it was about 2 or 3. And that made sense then to my mum of who this little boy was that I was talking to. But I don't actually have any recollection of speaking to the boy, if that makes sense. So obviously, when I started developing my spiritual connection, I was told off a medium that I used to connect with spirit when I was younger, and I was like, oh, right, I didn't know. And that's what brought me to asking my mum. But then, a few years later, when we was a lot older and I didn't talk to the little boy in my wardrobe anymore, I'm moving on to Storm Blue. And like I said, did talk to the little boy in my wardrobe. And we was all at my mum's, and things used to go missing constantly, but it'd be like the odd thing, like your watch would be there 1 minute, then it was gone the next. And this one night, my mum kept hearing banging upstairs, and we had an Alsatian cross lab back then, and she was at the bottom of the stairs, and all she was doing was snarling and snarling and snarling. She wouldn't move from the bottom of the stairs. She wouldn't let any of us up. So my dad was down pub, and my mum was at home with us 3 kids. She was scared because she thought someone was up the stairs. She'd heard someone walking around, and the dog obviously was going absolutely ballistic. So she didn't want to go upstairs, so she packed us 3 and the kids, locked the house. Sorry, Della. This is going to be loads of them tonight. I'm going to tell you loads. So she locked the house from the outside so no one could get out. She put us and the dog in the car. She drove down to Railway Club where my dad were having a pint. And she said to my dad, there's someone upstairs in the house and the dog won't let me up and I'm too scared to go up. So obviously my dad comes home. in house looking for what's gets his chain. He always has a dog lead, so he took it off the dog, wrapped it round his hand, off he trudges up the stairs to find whoever's hiding up the stairs, and there was nobody there, but we could hear this banging and walking around before as though there was somebody up there, and there was nobody there. What have I missed? Oh, enablers. So yeah, my dad went searching upstairs, absolutely nothing there. Um, he couldn't explain what had gone on. My mum couldn't explain what had gone on. And anyway, we didn't think anything of it. And then my nan, I think a few months later, my nan gave me a ring. It's quite a long story, this, but I'll tell you. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Kirsty. I hope I'm not missing anyone coming in. I'm telling my stories and missing people entering the room. So then we're moving on to Blue Moon. So then a couple of months later, my nan had bought me a ring, a signet ring, I think they were called then. And I took it off in the bathroom at home, and I went to put it back on, it gone. Absolutely just disappeared off the face of the earth, gone. We'd turned the house upside down, couldn't find this ring, and we went to my nan's about 3 weeks later, and there was my ring in my nan's bathroom on the sink. How the heck it got from my nan's bathroom, from my house, and I was only a kid, I totally remember it got put there. My mum said, don't put that on in bath, and it was on the side, and it completely disappeared. And then the worst part of it, and it's not even the worst part, it's actually a good thing, and I do believe it was someone looking after us, because the main part of this story, what I'm going to tell you now, then about 2, 3 months later, my dad always went to Railway Club on a Saturday. Every Saturday my dad went Railway Club and met his friends, and this Saturday he put his wallet on top at telly. Hi, Michelle. Oh, thank you very much. It's very simple. It's nothing special. It's very simple. And then we're moving on to navy blue. In fact, let me just come up. So let me just come up a little bit higher. My dad always puts his wallet on top of telly, and he got ready for Gut Railway Club, and he turned round to get his wallet. It gone, literally gone. And I'm not joking. My mum had had a car accident, and she was full casted from the ankle up to her hip. I've not missed anyone coming in, have I? I'm paranoid about missing people coming in because I'm telling my stories. Um, so my mum couldn't move, so she helped out as much as she could. We was all, and I remember it, and I must have been about 9 at that time, something like that, maybe a bit younger. And my dad was going mad saying, it's got to be somewhere, it's got to be. And we had everything, when you turn everything upside down, couch, chair, everything was all turned upside down. And now I'm moving on to navy blue. Um, so they were looking here, there, and everywhere. We'd gone out, and apparently we were squirting washing up liquid all over the drive and brushing it up with water and making it all for me, whilst my dad had gone searching upstairs. So as my dad had gone searching upstairs, my mum stayed in the living room, obviously, because she was in a cast and she couldn't get up. And then my dad's come back downstairs to find my mum slouched off the chair. She was having a stroke. And obviously we phoned an ambulance, and my mum couldn't speak for 24 hours. She was told she was having a stroke. She was really, really ill. And luckily she's recovered from the stroke. About a week later, she got released from the hospital. You know what appeared back on top of the telly as soon as my mum came home? The flaming wallet. The wallet. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Loretta. The wallet turned back up on the TV as soon as she came back home from hospital. And my dad said, well, I never. I looked everywhere for that wallet. For a whole week it had gone missing. And there it was, back on the telly where they left it originally. And he couldn't believe it. But when they looked at it after, they said, well, if my dad had gone Railway Club, us kids was young, we wanted to know what was happening with my mum. And we was outside up front, squirting, washing up liquid everywhere. And there's my mum having a stroke in the living room. So that's my big story from my childhood. And I'll tell another story in a bit. We will be doing the giveaway about 8:30, where Deborah is giving away one PDF colouring book from her Etsy store, and we'll be doing the traditional giveaway where it's 1 to 100. We'll be doing it like that. I did look at Nightbot, but I was a bit confused, so I didn't do it. And I've got Emily's email with it on, and I just thought I'm just not doing it because if I mess it up, so I'll have a go at Nightbot for some other time, but I think I need to work it out a lot. A benevolent spirit looking out for you all. I think so, Della, because obviously if that had been, my dad had been at the Railway Club, no one would have known my mum would have been having that stroke in the living room. And it was so weird, but you just kept doing it all the time. It would keep moving things, and it's like, how's it got from house to house? And our things would go missing, and they wouldn't go missing just for like one day. They were going missing for weeks on end. So going back to green slime, I'm just going to bring that up. I'm not too worried about the ones that the stars because I can also always rub them out and do them, and they're going to look like this anyway. Very generous. And may I add, I've been having a nosy at all these colouring books, and she's got some outstanding colouring books in that shop and PDFs. She's got some amazing character ones, but them Halloween books as well. They are so good. So for the purpose of this video, I am gonna literally go in with a lot of pressure now, and I'm gonna blend these layers out. I would normally, outside of the stream, I would layer and layer and layer it, but I'm gonna go in with harder pressure now, just to get this background done so we can move on. And I've got you all upside down, I know, sorry. So this is back with Blue Daisy, and I'm making sure I've got enough pigment down on the page now, so when I do burnish it with the blender, it gives us a nice clear effect there. I had a bit of a memory jump there of where I was up to with my pencils. I think I need a coffee again. So next up is Storm Blue. Again, I'm going in with hair pressure, so hopefully you can see I'm not going out of frame and not holding my pencil too far down, but I do need to hold it down enough that I can get the pressure on. Hi Jennifer. Oh, thank you. So has anyone got any ghostly stories to tell me before I move on to the next one? I've got a few that happened to us at Lancaster Castle that I'll tell you about. I told them about one this morning, but I've got more to tell people. Oh, go on, Shelley, tell us. I love hearing everybody else's stories. With how many of you are giving the heebie-jeebies to? I don't want to scare people away at the same time, but it's all about spookiness, isn't it? Spooktober. I'm just going to do it between the two here just for why I'm blending it in. Whoa, really, Michelle? That is cool. Giving you blessings and money. Where am I from? I'm from the UK in Greater Manchester. My accent kind of gives me away to a lot of people. It was near Christmas and my mum brought some earrings for my sister and hid them in her dresser. So she goes to wrap them and the bag was there and the box in the bag, but the earrings were gone. It has been awesome, Jennifer. And your glow pumpkin was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Okay, so you blend here. You had quite a big blend area, but here it's quite a short blended area, should I say? So now I'm moving on to Blue Moon and blend the two in. Like I said, I'm doing it quite heavy-handed, and I'm going to use a blender to blend it out. And I'm just doing it in a larger scumbling motion. So we thought my sister or her son had stolen the earrings. Oh. We interrogated the kids and threatened no Christmas and said if the earrings showed up again, no question would be asked, but they did not. We called the police, found thinking there must have been a break-in. The police questioned the kids as well. No sign of any break-in. Police said they don't know what happened nor believe the kids were involved. No sign of the break-in. Oh, I can feel the ears standing up. Hi, Kat. 56. Oh, I've just seen. Oh my gosh, I've got 56 people watching. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. That is amazing. I don't think I've ever had 56 people watching me on a stream. That's just throw me off. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Bruce. How are you? No sign of the break-in. Oh, so did they ever turn up? Did they ever come back? So about a week later down the basement, the doorknob was off the door and laying on the seat of the chair on the opposite side of the door. No one had been in the basement and was down in there the night before after the kids in bed and the first one down in the morning. You're going to find the earrings down the basement, aren't you, where no one's been all week? No one else had been there. Earrings were beside the doorknob. Oh, that just gives me real creepers. Oh, it's it funny but how they can move. It's so mad. And then things like that, and you think, well, how else has that happened? Do you know what I mean? I've had too many things happen to us on ghost hunts that I am a true firm believer of spirit. A firm believer. That is an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that with us, Shelley. So I'm gonna ask a question. Did anybody know there's actually a difference between a ghost and a spirit? Or did you all think it's the same thing? We nickname him Hank, and if ever weird happened, we'd still blame Hank to this day. Hank the ghost. Oh, see, didn't any of you get to see my video then at the start of the other live stream? Or did it freeze mid? Or did you all get to see it? I was pretty proud of my little video, my intro. Kind of in a way, cat, yeah and no. Um, no problem, Miranda, lurk away. Hi, Catherine. Can't see spirit, ghost is stuck in a loop. Yes, Catherine. You can see you can see spirit. Spirit are the naughty ghosts in a way, or not naughty, but the ones that can move things around the room. They can move things, they can appear. You can hear them, they'll bang on things. They're the kind of things that spirits do, but ghosts are stuck in that period of time. So if you was in, I don't know, say an old house and you wanted to raise because the ceilings are too high, you raise the floor. And when you've raised the floor, this ghost would still walk its original path. So that's why when you see people say, "Oh my gosh, I saw a bodiless ghost," and you just saw the chest and the head. That's why, because they're still in that loop from time in history, and they can't interact with you. You can't speak to them. You can't summon them. They just they're just energy existing outside of in their own energy type of field, like in just a different time loop, and they're stuck there over and over and over and over again. Where spirit are the ones you can communicate with via Ouija boards, divination, glass table tipping, all things like that, where you get a connection. That is spirit. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Barbara. Oh, no problem. I love the ghost stories. Yes, they do, Michelle. And orbs are another thing a lot of people get confused with and think the ones that are rushing by the screen. So when you've got a video and you see all the ones that are rushing, rushing, rushing at the front of your camera, if you turn your camera to the side and look for it, you can see all the particles in front of your camera. An actual orb, you can tell the difference. They have a very circular, almost like this, very circular. That's on the outside, and on the inside, you can very often see something in the middle of the circle. Me and Jane's caught some amazing orbs. We've caught one, and you can actually see a lady in the middle of it. I've got one, and it's a massive orb, and it was on my dad's anniversary. And I'm not joking. If I'll put it on my Facebook group, I'll get my mum to dig it out. And when you zoom in, it's my dad's face, and it was so weird, so weird. But that's how you tell the difference between an orb. They have like an actual solid, so that if you see the all see-through ball that's just floating around, that's just dust or a fly. Decode my accent. I'm from a town called Wigan in Greater Manchester, UK. I'm moving on to navy blue now. Yeah, a Lancashire lass. Would you call it a Cockney accent? Yeah, it a man's. I can't remember. Dara, your image is stunning. I absolutely love that. And I've been sat there looking at it all week thinking I really, really want to colour that image, but obviously I've been concentrating on this one, but I will be colouring that for sure. It's absolutely beautiful. I love how you've drawn it. I love the dress. I love everything about it. I really do. So, my next ghost story. You ready for another ghost story? Cockney's down south, isn't it? Oh, well, there's nothing stopping you posting in my shell arting colouring friends. I'm going to put a post on, I think. I want to know everyone's spooky stories throughout October. So you'll be able to put it in there. So if you all go over to shell arting colouring friends, and I'll also be doing a little Halloween drawing of my own that I'll be giving out to members. I think I've shown this in past live streams where I've done my sugar skull, my botanical sugar skull, that I'll be giving out to the members to colour in a Halloween colouring challenge in the next week or two. I just need to perfect. I need to get it on my iPad and perfect some lines in it because my hand drawing is not. I'm not very symmetrical. Oh, thank you, Anna. It's definitely raining, raining, and raining. Mary, I've got loads. I've got loads. We've been on some locations. Wait till I tell you the Easter Ave one now. That was scary. And then we had to sleep there. Whew. But I'm going to tell you the one that happened to my mum at Lancaster Castle. And I'm only telling you this because I will explain first that my mum has a heart condition. So my mum doesn't mess around on these ghost hunts. She doesn't do no fakery, trickery, or anything like that. And what happened to my mum, she certainly would not have faked. So we all went to Lancaster Castle for a ghost hunt. We was guests on that one. It was before I came part of the team, and we went to Lancaster Castle, and that place is stunning. Anyway, but me and my mum went into the cell block. I don't know if it was the men's cell block. Um, and I had to go upstairs, and my mum went into this other room because they split our group into two. Oh, we got a story. Let me see. Wait a minute. Is someone telling? Della, are you telling us a story before I do mine? Let me see. I love stories. He was about 16 at the time. Jennifer, hi. Can you see my tattoo? Yes. Hold on. It looks a bit dull. I don't know why it looks a bit dull. But there you go. Yes. Can you see it? Is it in camera? It's my, this is my protection for, I designed it because it's the all-seeing eye, so it keeps you from negative, wards off negative spirit and negative energy. And then every time I meditate, I'm always given a lotus flower. And the Hemis hand is a very religious symbol in other countries, but for me, it's just the protection and it's there to ward off um, anything negative. So when I'm on my ghost hunts, that's my protection, plus the protection I do in my own mind as well. because obviously I'm a paranormal investigator for a company called Supernatural Diaries. There is 6 of us, and it's owned by Kevin and Anthony Hinley Sumner. I have put the link in this description if you want to check out Supernatural Diaries YouTube channel. We have started doing live shows. The first one we've just filmed, so that should be on the channel. Not too sure when. I was at a house in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where the priest got slammed up against the wall to the refrigerator. Now, Rochelle, Anthony, the owner at Supernatural Diaries, says every time I go on a ghost hunt, he says, I just want to get pinned by a wall. So I wished he was here to see your comments now. That's scary though, that. Oh, thank you, Deborah. It is. I've had it done years as well, and it's still quite bright. Um, but I really wanted to have something that meant something. I only have tattoos that mean something. I have I don't know if I can show you this one. Can you see it? So that says love and family. Keep it in short. And I have 4 children. So the 4 birds, so the blue and the green are my 2 boys, and the purple and pink on this side, it's a bit weird, I can't see, on this side are my girls, and then it says love and family, and the feather matches the feather on my foot that's dedicated to my dad. I've had an anklet with no, I'm not going to get my foot on. I was going to actually get my foot on camera then, but it's an anklet, and then the feather travels down to my foot, across my foot to my big toe, and then it's got dad underneath it. That one's dedicated to my dad. So I only have them what means something to me. Hi, Sherry. You have a protective eye above your front door. Ooh. I used to be obsessed with watching Ghost Adventurers with Zach in it. And his programs are good. And I'd love to go and see all his stuff in Las Vegas. And one of our team members, Alison, went to America a couple of years ago, and she went to his haunted museum. And she said you could feel the negative energy in that museum in Las Vegas. I think I'm a bit behind with these comments. Thumbs up, everyone. I never believed in ghosts, and then I moved into my last house. By the time I left there, I was a believer. Oh, what happened? Yes, Shelley. Let me just read this out. I would move any of the furniture or change anything in the rental. My photo frames would all be stuck up on angles, and that's not possible. Footsteps on the stairs and upstairs. Oh, I love that. Door would sound like they were closing but hadn't moved. Oh, my old house was like that. I'll tell you that story later. So I'll go back to my story at Lancaster Castle. So I was sent upstairs into a cell block, and my mum was sent downstairs into the other cell block because they weren't big enough to fit us all in. And anyway, we heard all this commotion going on downstairs. We thought we better go downstairs and see what's going on, because there wasn't much happening where we was. And anyway, as I'm going down the stairs, let me just see if I missed. I knew Ed and Lorraine Warren. Briefly, they were my friends' neighbours. So it was knocking back, Lisa. Rochelle, are they who you telling us about this morning? I would be scared to go to bed. Oh, that's what happened to me. I'll tell you that story in a second when I've told this one. So anyway, we're going downstairs, and as I'm going downstairs, they're dragging my mum out of this room. She couldn't move her legs. She literally she said, "I'm telling my legs to move, and they're not moving." And I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" So apparently, before that happened, they were all stood in a circle holding hands, and they were calling out to spirit, and they said, "Affect somebody, touch one of us." As we say to them, we always go into a room, let us know you're there, touch one of us. Um, and before they affected my mum, the girl at the side of my mum felt like she'd had something put round her neck and was dragged backwards, and she physically walked backwards, and she couldn't stop herself. And then as they stopped that with that lady where she was being felt like she was being choked round the neck, the next minute my mum said she just couldn't feel her legs and she dropped to the floor. Now I was saying my mum's got a heart condition, so she wouldn't just drop. She's like 5'8" like me, 5'9", so she's not small, she's very tall, so she wouldn't just throw herself on the floor. And the only when they got her out the room did her feelings in her legs come back. And the more ghost hunts I've been on, the more I've seen where they affect people, and they've affected myself. Um, so that was quite scary for my mum, because then she wouldn't go anywhere after that on her own. And then they took us to the female block, I think it was. There was a big group of like 30 of us. That is very scary. At least I love stories like that. Let me just check what time it is. Oh, I've missed competition giveaway. Let's hold the phone. Let's hold the story. Competition time. So the rules are we pick a number between 1 and 100. Don't put your number in the chat until I've typed in the chat go, go, go. When the numbers are being put in the chat, there's no discussion whatsoever. The moderators in the chat will be the ones that check for who's closest to the number. The number that picked, the winner is the closest to the number without going over. So if you pick 57 and it's 59, you're not in. If somebody else picks the same number as you, it's the person that posted that number first. Okay, so no talking in chat, just to make it easier for everyone counting back. It was definitely no. It's crazy what can happen. It is so crazy what can happen. Okay, so you'll have 2 minutes to get all your numbers in. Can't believe how many people are watching. I'm in awe. Okay, so I'm going to type in a second, go, go, go. If there's a lag, that's why we give 2 minutes. So let me just get my timer up. No retracting. Yep, that's it. No retracting any numbers. If you see somebody else post the same as yours, please don't remove it, because your next vote will not be counted and the moderators are watching. do, do, do. So 1 to 100 people. Go, go, go. Why is it not coming on my screen? 1 second. Let me type it. It's not going in. It's freezing. There we go. Should be on your screens now. No talking, please. Let me just put my timer on. Oh, I've done 1 hour. So you've got I've given it 1 minute 40 seconds left. I think most of you've got it in anyway. Woohoo! Woohoo! It's flying. If anyone's lurking, you can enter. You don't have to be in chat to enter the competition. You can, if you're lurking, put your numbers in. Don't miss out on such an amazing giveaway. It is for one PDF. Colouring book PDF, and the link to the Etsy store is in my description, so the winner can go check that out. And then if you message me your details on either Facebook or Instagram, whichever you have, whoever the winner is, they message me on either platform, and then I'll pass your details on to Deborah. So you've got 45 seconds. 45 seconds, everyone. Thirty seconds. Get your last entries in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop, stop, stop. Emily, just in there. Okay, so let's just go to random.org. Okay, I'm going to put 0 in because we want to count 1 and 100. Generate. 26. The lucky winner is 26. 26. So closest to without going over. If nobody, I see one person with 26. Yeah, I just see one. I see Barbara as well. So yeah, the mods are confirming. So congratulations! Whoop whoop whoop! You get to choose one of Deborah Muller's colouring book PDFs from her Etsy store. Can you please give me an email either on Colorathon on Facebook or my Colorathon on Instagram? My links are in the description. Go on Deborah's Etsy page, link also in the description, Barbara, and have a look which one you want. Let me know and I'll pass on what you want. And unless Deborah's still in chat, so if you let me know which one you want and contact me either on Facebook or Instagram, and I can pass your details on to Deborah. Congratulations! Okay, so I've got an hour and 15 minutes and lots of stories to tell. So I'll go back to the story was saying. I'm not going to blend in here purely because I'm going to be doing a glow from the moon, so I don't want to burnish that and that the white pencil won't go on. And thank you, Deborah, for that lovely giveaway. I'm just making sure all the white areas are filled in. Same with here. Just going to burnish in about just this much. Just this much. You're very welcome. Whichever platform, Barbara, either Facebook or Instagram. If you're not on any of them, you can email me, which is also in the description. I've been a good girl today and put everything in. This morning I was like, links. So let me just get back on so I can see everyone. Oh, Emily, I have one. It was super late at night and I thought I heard something. It was in my closet. The door was shut and there's no other way in there. Banging, scratching and shuffling. Oh, I need to start putting creepy music on when we're reading them. The kitty got in when I had gotten into my closet to get my jammies and she wanted out. The little cats get everywhere. You don't think they do what they do. So I'm just using the Derwent blender here and I'm just literally blending these colours out. Like I said, I would normally do more layers, but I'm trying to just get it done for speed. This is fast for me. Very fast for me. I normally chat too much and don't get enough colouring done. I love that story. At least you got to debunk it, Emily. That's what we always do. We try and debunk it. So yes, we got put in the suspense. So we got put in this female block and we was all stood in the bottom and it was quite eerie anyway and it was like cells above us on like a spiral kind of shape and it was where the witches of Pendle witches were hung, I think, at Lancaster Castle, and they were tried. I think they were tried. I'm not too sure actually if they were hung or not. Um, but that's where the Pendle witches were held, and everyone from Lancashire knows how famous the Pendle witches are. They do ghost walks on Pendle Hill every year. Um, so I was in this block. Yes, I'll be showing you that next. That's why I'm like super trying to blend and my fingers are like on fire. And the moon is super cool as well. But I'll also be doing my live stream after as well in the week on Thursday. And I'll be continuing it on there. So yes, we was all in this cell block. There was about 15, 20 people in this group. And Anthony was leading this group. And he was calling out to whatever would answer to us, basically. And he said, "Are you happy with us being here?" And I swear now, I will swear, I don't know where it came from or who or whom said it, but all we heard out of nowhere was this ghastly, awful no like that, and I just went, "Run!" The whole group of 50 people screamed their head off. We all ran to the door, and as we got to the door, someone had actually barred it shut. And we was all going, "Goodness me! Oh my God!" But it was so funny. It weren't funny at the time because we all absolutely like nearly dooed ourselves. You know what I mean? It was absolutely. I've never, ever, ever heard anything like it in my life, and it absolutely scared the pants off me. It did, and everybody else in that room. And we were like, "Who's locked the door?" And it was just so bizarre. No, in this really it still gives me shivers to this day. But Jane was on the same ghost hunt and she was in a different room and nothing happened to her. She was absolutely gutted. Oh my gosh, I'm just checking on the stream and there's a massive lag. Like I've finished all the blending now and I'm only just blending on the video. So there must be quite a bad lag. So that was a good one, that one was. Trying to think in what order I should tell you them all, because East Drive was a bad one. I'm trying to think of all the locations we've been to. We went to one. This was so funny. Jane, you'll remember this one. You'll remember it, and I'm surprised you won't know what I'm talking about, because Jane's been on a few ghost hunts with me. Oh. It is. It's very fast. I'm like speed colouring. Like, wow, I'm in there. So we was at this library, an old library, and it was being made into flats, and it had this like really thin stairways in it. And we went to it 2 times. So the first time we went to it, we went up into this attic, and it was full of pigeons, and it absolutely stank. It stank rotten. It was disgusting. But we went up there because there was quite a lot of activity up there. And this again was before I became a team member on Supernatural Diaries. So the 2 people leading the team was Kevin and Alison, I think. And anyways, we stood in this attic. Do you remember it, Jane? If you put laughing faces, I'll know you remember it. Anyway, I'm stood there in this attic, and the next minute, nothing behind me, but something groped my butt. It squoze my bum cheek. And I went, what was that? And I could feel fingers squeezing my bum cheek. And I was just like, Jane, something just squeezed my bum. And then it squeezed my other bum cheek. So I says to the 2 running it, see, laughing faces, says to the group running it, let me just pan that out. Excuse me. And they're like, are you all right? What is a Glen? Tonya, you got groped as well. And I says I'm there with my hand up at her like a school kid. Excuse me, team. I went, something's touching my bum. I was all stood there, and he calls out Kevin, who was running the team. We are speaking to the ghost that's groping Michelle's butt. Well, that were it then. I cracked off laughing because I knew I'd felt something grope my bum. I didn't believe something had groped my bum, but it was the way he said it, and it was absolutely hilarious. But then Jim was down the stairs in the other room, and it just erupted this uproar. And this, have you just touched Michelle's bum? So funny. And everyone was like up there, and it was eerie, and there was bumps and bangs and everything until the groping butt moment. And it was absolutely hilarious. It was the funniest thing ever, and it was just the way he said it. We are calling out to the ghost that's groping Michelle's bum. It was so funny. That was good. That was a good one. Bottom. Oh, thank you, Ashley. No problem, honey. Yeah, you did. He said it. He went, we are calling out to the ghost that groped Michelle's bottom. So funny. I will never forget that ever. It was so funny. So that's the background done. I'll do the moon in a second. I'm going to do the membrane. Insane with the membrane. What song's that? So I need my miniature dinks. Does everyone remember Dink from the other live streams? My midnight. What was a dink? No problem. They're always a fun stream on mine, Michelle. Laugh warning. And normally we always declare, I am Shellerte, breaker of tips, slayer of names, and gob on legs, with an outrageous laugh warning at the end of it. But that, even look at this, what Ashley did me. And I cherish every moment of it because I think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But look at that. Breaker of tips, Blackwidow broken pencil, because I always ping my tips off everywhere. I've not actually brought one tonight, which is fingers crossed. Slayer of names, but I swear I said Shannon, not Sharon, because Shannon normally gets Sharon. And gob on legs, just because I am a gob on legs and I don't shut up. This is probably why I don't get half my colouring done, because I don't shut up and I just laugh. So if you all remember Little Dinkies now, miniature Dink, it's too tiny to even fit in my sharpener. So after this stream, it will be going to Pencil Heaven, and my next Dink is now Blackwidow. So he'll be soon going to Pencil Heaven as well. So I'm going to do the membrane. It includes them 2 pencils. And also, just to tickle myself now, huntsman, tarantula, stink bug, I love that name, burgundy for the veins, and peach. So I did one this morning, so I'll continue with them. So I'm not too sure how many saw this morning. The stone throwing, I don't remember. I think I might have told them about that this morning. Was that the one in the cell, Jane? I've lost my sheet. I've given myself a laugh headache. So I'm going to go along the lines that Deborah's already put in. Do you think there's mileage in them? I've got like fat fingers, me. Yeah, Emily's streams are really funny too. I love it. Oh, let me just put a half. I need a half green and half blue in this gap because I've seen these as like, to me, they're like dead wings. Am I right, Deborah? Are you still here? Are these like corpse wings? Because that's what I've seen them as. I don't know if they actually are or not. Oh. I don't know if I should talk about that. You know what? This is a professional event. I don't think I can talk about that, Jane. I might have to save that one for another night. So I'm using burgundy here. And the good thing about this burgundy, it doesn't lift off when you use the other colours on top of it. Songs. Sometimes I break out but I just can't sing. So, what can I tell you next? So that was the one at, oh, there was another one at that one when we went the second time. Only this one's a bit of a scary one. So I was team when we went back the second time. I'm going around the edge with huntsman. I'm going to do a couple of layers to these. So I'm going to start off with a light layer and I'm just going to go all around the edges because I wanted the membrane of the bat's wings to look a bit see-through-y, but not see-through-y. So just to give it the effect that the skin's thin. Oh yeah, she does have music on. I was thinking, how do you get that music on? So I'm going to go all around the edges here, all the way down, and then the same on this side. The wings are my favourite part of this picture, even though all that cat fur took me absolutely donkeys for to do it. I really love the bat wings, how they came out. The coffee kept me awake this morning. So next up is tarantula, and I'm just running that along the side of huntsman. Oh, when I used these pencils this morning, we got onto the spider talk, and they freaked me out. Oh, they really freaked me out because a lot of Australians was on this morning, and they was telling me all about the big, massive huntsman spiders they have in Australia. Ugh. And it makes me cringe. You use Edmic Sound, £50 a month, a wide variety of music, and you don't have to worry about copyright on your channel. Oh, that's good. Oh, gee. I was all on a big thing this morning. Oh, yay, Ashley! Send me pictures. I want to see. So, yeah, in our Facebook group, Shell Our Teen Colouring Friends, they have Kirsty has kindly put up an album. So if anyone's got any haunted looking pictures, they've captured any images, please send them to me in the group because I love them. We got one this morning off somebody, which is fantastic. And I'm going to take a closer look at that one because that was really interesting. It is a cute little, it's a kitty bat, a bat kitty. So now we're going in with stink bug. I absolutely loved it. Can't believe how fast I'm colouring. I'm like, whoosh, I'm whizzing along here. Getting quite a lot done. What time are we on? So I've got just under an hour. And then it's Emily, isn't it, next? Yes. And then Belinda. And I am staying up for the last two. And I've been up so early this morning. Well, if I have to pin my eyes open, I'll pin my eyes open. But I am staying up for them two streams. I'm finishing this Spooktober weekend. Ooh, I'm not in Discord. Are y'all in a group? Add me to it. How do I find you all on Discord? I have Discord, I just don't know where you're on. Is that something I can be part of? Or is it a thing? I don't know. So now I'm using peach. I'm just blending that into stink bug. And then I'm going back to stink bug. Building on that layer. I just hope I've done Deborah proud because this is such a big event. I just wanted to leave a good impression, basically. Oh, thank you very much. Are you Instagram, Barbara, or Facebooking? Are you messaging me on which one? Oh, wings. Are they hot and spicy wings, Murray? I love a good spicy hot wing. Then going back with tarantula. So who's up for another ghost story? I'll tell you all Jane's story on the on my normal stream, because that one's about Pippin. And we all know what happens when we talk about that. I get in fits of laughter and then I snort and then I can't breathe. So that's not very professional at all. And then going back in with huntsman and just defining the deeper or the darker part of the wing. Is it Alferno fire? I don't know. Oh, brilliant, Barbara. I'll let I'll check your message out and I'll send that over to Deborah once I've come off stream. Go on, Emily. There was this one time I felt a cold chill on the back of my neck. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Then I realised I'd left the window. Oh, you crack me up, Emily. It's funny. Oh. Hi, Momo. Oh, that one got me. That did. Tickled me. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Blackwidow, and I'm just gonna emphasize the very corners and the very inner part of just what would be kind of like under the bones, and I'm doing this so the bones stick out. If I just had my head in view, I just caught my head on my camera. You have a ghost who likes to smoke around 9 every night. I smell cigar smoke. It's very strong. Shelley. Yeah, they are very expensive. Shockingly expensive at the minute. I don't smoke, but my husband smokes on and off. He goes between an e-cig and tobacco. It was a dark, stormy night, and then I remembered it's 9 p.m. in September and I live in the Gulf. Oh, I love the bump in the night kind of ghouly jokes. Just jumping back in with Huntsman. I just love the effect of these wings. I love them. Oh, thank you, Shelley. I didn't know if bats were brown, but I didn't know how to make. It's just way I looked at it in my head and thought, right, I need to do these so they look see-through. And then I'm just going over with passion, just lightly, just so some of that glow is coming through the wings. You might not be able to see it actually on camera. but it just gives it that effect that the glow behind it is kind of penetrating the thinner part of the corpse wing, should we call it? Corpse wing. So back with huntsman. Right up in the corner. What time are we on? I'll have time to finish this wing. Hi Aspie. Welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Oh, I quit. I first quit when I had my daughter I gave birth to my daughter and I never touched a cig again for 8 years. And then when my dad got ill with cancer, I started smoking again. And then I smoked for about 2 or 3 years. 2 years, I think. And then I went on my e-cig and I've been off my e-cig now since February. So I'm smoke free at the minute, which is good. And I say at the minute because when you've been a smoker, I don't think you can ever say quit. That's just me personally because I've picked up cigs again after, depending on my situation I've been in. So yeah, but that e-cig was making me worse. So are we ready for our next story? This is my other image. This is the one I'm going off what I did. You can see I cannot wait to show you how to do that moon. I'm hoping I've got enough time to get them both done. But I just love everything about it, this image, and that cat hair took me absolutely edgy. So anyone who might not be able to make me other streams, this is what the finished image will look like. And thank you for coming along, Deborah. I really appreciate it. And your colouring and drawing are fantastic. So back in with, I'm going to move that because I keep trying to pick it up. Tarantula. Moving just slightly down and running along the edge of that one. I think I keep putting my head in view. Smoking ghost. I know my auntie, she was telling me she kept smelling ghosts. She kept smelling cigar smoke. She asked me to go around and see if I could pick up on anything, and I could pick up on a gentleman. But I didn't feel he was negative. He was just around to watch somebody. And then stink bug. So each colour I'm using, I'm kind of half going into it and half out so it blends. I don't know the right technical terms, I just colour. Oh my gosh, 63 people watching. Thank you everybody for coming watching. I've absolutely loved every minute of this event. Apart from the gremlins. I didn't like the gremlins at all. Need to bring stink bug a bit further down here. And I need to bring tarantula a bit further down. More stories. Oh, thank you. You've had to cook, draw, and eat. Well, I hope I'm doing your drawing justice, Deborah. Let's go back in with stink bug. Because I was saying I couldn't decide. I'm assuming these are like w corpse wings because they're all ripped and broken. So I was trying to make them look see-through, but I've made the bones look like dead looking bones, blackish, burnt. I don't know. I don't know how you call it, but I've made them look like that anyway. Back in with stink bug. It's just about layering. You get depth when you layer and layer and layer, and there's a lot of people in here that know what it's like. Hello, Alison. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alison. I do love a Blackwidow. And I've used most of the monarchs because I've not really been using my monarchs. So um, I wanted to get them bad boys out. Tarantula. Oh, thank you, Nick and Tina. I never know. I never know if it's Nick or Tina or both. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Oh, thank you, anyone that goes and buys. She's an absolutely amazing artist. And she's got some amazing work. My words won't come out. Gosh, I need coffee. Back to Huntsman. The moon is cool. I love the wings and I love the moon. I'm not 100% with my cat fur because I'm only learning with fur. I'm alright with her, but fur is another ball game. And it looks alright when I've done it. It's presentable, but I'm not happy 100%. And then in with Blackwidow. Is it both of you? So I'll just send Nick and T. That'll be quicker, won't it? So I'm just deepening up the edge again. No problem, Momo. Catch you again soon. Thank you for coming along. Don't know what it is with this change of weather, but it's really playing my sinuses up. I feel like I'm getting a cold, then I'm not, and then I am, and then I'm not, and then you're paranoid it's COVID. But we'll not go there with the COVID conversation. But it's like I feel like I'm getting all snuffly. Hi, Linda. How are you? Thank you for coming along. Welcome to our spooky Shellaty Nook today. Okay, so ghost story. I have to tell you about East Drive because I'm trying to tell you about the ones that have scared me most, and East Drive was the one that scared me. Out of most places, that was the one that scared me the most. And that place, if any of you are from the UK, you might have even heard it in America. Um, it's called When the Lights Go Out. It's about a house in Pontefract. Just going back in with Huntsman. It's a house in Pontefract in Yorkshire, and it's where a girl is haunted by a demonic entity. And the actual house you can go to and stay over there and do ghost hunts. So we went as a team, and it was when we got there, it wasn't too bad. We had to sleep over. Off to purchase the image. No worries, Alison. You can crack your pencils out and start colouring then. On here, I just want to get a bit of passion and just put a tiny bit. I'm not going the whole way up, just on that edge there, because the glow will only come so far on reflection anyway. And then the rest will be moonlight glow. So we'll go back with huntsman. We got 2 more of these left to do on this side. And then it's the bones. No problem. Am I in good frame for you all there? I'm always paranoid I'm not. Am I close enough? Am I close enough for you all? Before I go on with my... Do you know what I'm thinking? I've missed out the veins in this one. Now I can't see them. Let me just see where they were on this image. 1 second. We're getting carried away now. So freehanding these ones. They are there, but I just can't see them anymore. I can see some. There we go. Oh, lovely, Linda. You'll enjoy them. I think they're harder than Prismas, but you can mush them like you can mush. I call it mushing. You can mush them like you can with Prismas, but I find them slightly harder. So I'm using burgundy for the veins. Where's my darker colour? Blue moon in this one here. Oh no, actually, half this. Half blue daisy. Half storm blue. And then storm blue. And them. Oh yeah, I love them. I'm a big fan of them. I'm not a fan of Prismas as much. I will use Prismas. Gosh, I don't know what's up with my sinuses are like literally playing up. So if you hear me snurching, I do apologise. Just under half an hour to go. So yeah, I absolutely love them. The monarchs I'm using as well today. I haven't used them so much, and I've heard a few people say they are slightly different, but at the minute I haven't found a difference. But I do like them, yeah. Marilyn, I was the same with this. With the Holbein, it was £3 that pencil, but I want to be able to produce that without this pencil. And I will say that. So sometimes I suppose it is what you want. It is what you want it for. I nearly coloured the whole thing in that red then. I've heard good things about the Derwent Chinese White. So yeah, back to East Drive. So we all goes to Ghost Hunt. We've got 4 guests with us. Before the guests arrive, we sat there and we put what we call a spirit box on, which is just white noise, and words come out from the white noise, and that's spirit manipulating the radio waves. And we got loads of things. I'll not say what it was saying, but it was stating obscenities, and on the radio you don't get swearing. So that was interesting. And that was the start before the guests came. And then we'd seen apparitions, we was hearing banging, and we was all upstairs, and we just started recording, and the door just clicked and opened on video. It was live, everybody could see it live, and it just opened, and we was all like, whoa! We all get dead excited when stuff like that happens. And we was all like, woohoo, we've got activity. So we kept asking it to do it, and it kept opening up, and it was so good. And then we saw this dark entity at the bottom of the stairs, and you could see the shape. It looked like a monk's closet, and I instantly looked at it and thought, oh, and it made me feel so sick. I didn't like it, and I couldn't look at the bottom of the stairs anymore. And we all decided we would all sit on the stairs, and we were sat at the stairs. All the guests were in the middle, and the team, we had two team at the bottom, two team at the top. I was at the top with our owner, Anthony, and at the bottom was Kevin and Dom, right down at the bottom. So we knew where the guests were, so we knew nothing was going to go wrong anywhere else. We knew all our guests was all there, and we was just calling out. And we'd laid marbles down around the upstairs and downstairs, and we had some ping pong balls. And the next minute, all we hear is Kevin shouting, "Ow!" And he went, "Something's just hit my face." And was like, what? So we turned the light on, and it was one of the yellow ping pong balls had been thrown off the landing, over the banister, down the stairs, and hit him on the cheek. And he was fit. He was at the bottom. It had hit the wall and bounced back and hit him in the cheek. So we all got a bit on edge then, because obviously one of us had got hurt in a way, even though it was only a ping pong ball. It was nothing major. It was still a significant thing to happen. And then, so it's all sat there. No problem. Okay, yeah, message me later, Ashley. So anyway, we all says, right, let's pull ourselves together. Everyone was getting a bit excited and a bit like scared at the same time. And we all sat there, and we was all listening out. And then the next minute, the marbles that we had placed was going ping, ping across the room. And we all just started worrying at this point because things were being hurled. And at one point, I was stood with my hood up. Now I'm team. I'm meant to be being brave. We're meant to be, there for the guests and making their experience good. And here's Shell in her coat, hiding in my hood because I was terrified I was going to get twonked on the head with a marble at any moment. And I was actually scared because things were being thrown at us, and you couldn't see where it was coming from. You couldn't see what it was. You just could hear them being thrown everywhere, and it was really, really spooky. So then, the next minute, I just feels Anthony, the actual owner and psychic medium, cowering into my back, saying, "I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared." I'm thinking, hold on a minute, if you're scared, then I'm terrified. Because if the medium who's there to contact the spirit is scared, then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. This is terrifying. So that was quite a hard night to deal with, because then we was having the bumps and the bangs. Then we put a book on a bed, and it kept getting moved and put on the floor, but no one was going in. Oh, I haven't, no. I've smelt like an eggy smell, like that sulphury smell. Going back to stink bug, blending that in. But never anything that's like burnt flesh. But if my other team members was in chat, they may have smelt something like that. And back to tarantula. So then came where we all had to sleep in the house, and obviously where I live to Pontefract is a 2.5 hour drive. Um, and I couldn't get to sleep. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't get to sleep. I was scared. I was scared something had happened, and everyone was in the living room, and me and Dawn was just there in the dining room with the kitchen to me back, and I just couldn't do it. And then the next minute, Dawn says to me, "I'm just going upstairs, go to sleep." I said, "No, you can't go in that bedroom," because apparently the girls' bedroom is where all the activity happened in the actual house all them years ago, from the true story part of it. And she's like, "I can't sleep on this floor. I can't sleep like this. It's scaring me." So I said, "And you're gonna go and sleep in that room?" She's like, "Yeah, I need to sleep on a bed." And off she went. So I was there with me back to the kitchen on my own, and I couldn't sleep. And then I had to drive 2 hours home on the motorway the day after with no sleep. No sleep whatsoever. I'm just starting up this with Huntsman, that just underneath the bone again. So that was East Drive. That was quite scary. So has anyone got any more stories? No problem, Marilyn. I'll be off in just under half an hour. So if I don't see you when you come back, have a lovely rest of the weekend, and thank you for coming along. And no doubt I'll see you in the next stream. Hi Donna, I didn't see you there. Does it need to be done on dirt paper or anything special? I wouldn't say it needs to be done on dirt paper, no. Um, to get the white really, really white like that, you can do it and use the actual white of the paper to become your glow, and use a white pencil to lighten up the greens and stuff. So you could use a white paper. You just have to adapt it, that's all. Um, so no, you could use white if you. I could probably do with trying to do it on white and doing that on a stream at some point for you all. My phone's just died, so I can't see chat anymore. So I'll have to go with the lagged chat. So I might be behind you all now. Who's enabling, Wilson? Who's enabling? So I'm going in with Blackwidow now. Just in them darker areas. And then before I finish just that last one off, I'm going to start doing some of the bones. Just because I don't really want to run out of time, and the bones look really cool when it's done. I really need to get myself a pencil extender. Seriously do. Yeah, the Karen Dash is a good white as well. I just can't believe how much these come up. I was showing everyone the glass bottles I've just done, and they were with Arteza pencil on this tone tan paper, and my gosh, they've come out absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me just get the colour out for the bones. So I just need my greys out because the red is already here. So I'm after coal, shadow and light grey. Shadow. And you'll never guess what I've actually been using on this picture as well. Look at me and everyone knows they're my nemesis, but I've been using markers. I base all the cat in marker and do all the highlights and shadowing. Can't find this light grey. There's medium grey. Oh, there it is. Light grey, shadow and coal. There you are, hiding at the bottom. Let me just sharpen these up. And these bones look fantastic as well when they're done. Okay, so what I did on all the joints, I can turn this the right way around now. Am I close enough in there for everyone? I think I've asked this. Who are you and where's the real shell? This is the real shell. I'm just trying to be fast. Maybe I'll start being fast more often. Because I'm chatting and I'm being fast all at the same time, so I'm being pretty cool here. So I'm just going to flick this bit here because I'll be blending the hair into it later, so I don't want to completely fill all this area with red. Ooh, stupid flies. Sorry if that fly comes in shot. So this is burgundy, and then I do all the joints. And all I'm going to do is fit, as I work down the bottom, just fading it out. And I don't know why it entered my head to do this red, but it just was really effective. Shell is being replaced by an artistic poltergeist, definitely. A poltergeist speed colorist. I've got through quite a bit, haven't I? I know this side was already coloured though, wasn't it? So that's given me an advantage. If you think this has been, by the end of this, it'll have been 5 hours work. So I have got through quite a bit. I'm just doing the light layer on all the little joints. Breaking news. So has anyone got a ghost story for me? I love hearing ghost stories. They can be funny ones. They can be serious ones. I don't mind which. Because I've got one last story to tell you all. So once I've said that story, I don't really think I've got much more. The other ones are just like your random bumps and bangs on different locations we've been on. I want to know if somebody else has got one. But a very talented ghosty though. Spooktober Colorathon Madness. Streamers have been kidnapped and replaced by artistic poltergeists who want to show off their colouring prowess. Beware flying pencils. I know it's on fire, this pencil. I'm like, whoosh. I'm not used to having so much viewers either. I'm actually quite chuffed with that. And then this one here. But I honestly have anticipated and waited so long for this event. And when Shelley asked me, I was like over the moon. So I've seen a man walk through a yard at night, and my son has seen one poke his head around the corner from my room down the hall. And animals don't seem to curse, so I don't either. No, that is a good way to think about it. If your animals aren't bothered, then don't be worried because animals are a good pick up on bad stuff. I really wanted to show you all the moon, but on Thursday I stream at 7 p.m. on Thursday nights and between 6:30 and 7:30 on a Sunday night, depending on my husband's hours at work. Um, so please come join me um, on them streams, and you'll see the rest of the cat be done because I don't know how much more I'll get done of this, but I will try and be a bit quicker. So this is Cole. I'm just working down the edges with these. May I introduce myself as the official chat clown, the freelance writer, and here to amuse you bows, and also an encyclopedia of all things known is our cat. She is. She will tell you all about any animal, any horse, any plant. If you need to know it, cat knows it. She is a field of knowledge, that girl is. Then Shadow. And then we're using shadow just around this bit. And then in with light grey. And that just makes the bone pop. All around the tip of the bone. Claw, whatever. And then where's my tiny little dink? And I'm so sorry because I don't even think I could fit him in me. Let me just try and sharpen it with my handheld sharpener. Otherwise I'm going to have to get my other one out. And not to mention our cat is an absolutely phenomenal colourist on top of all that. I'm going in with midnight, even though you can't tell it's midnight, but that's what it is. This is just where I'm going to put the bit of definition in. So I hope you can see with me, the pencil is that tiny. If you can't, I'll get my new one out. But I want to give him his last hurrah on Spooktober. And just using it to just go around the edges and deepen up that dark line, and that just gives it its definition. It's getting really hard to hold now. Thought they just come out looking really spookily. Tell us another story. I was hoping someone else has got one. Okay, my last story. I've actually forgot what it's going to be. What was my last story I wanted to tell you all? Oh my gosh, it's gone out my head. Let me have a think. I'm not joking either, I've forgot it. I've told that many now, I'm just like, what one have I told? Oh, which one was I saving? Said I had one more, didn't I? Um, Let me think. Can't even remember now. I was saving one last story. What was it? Did I happen to say did I happen to say before I asked if anyone else has got any what I was saving that story about? I can't even remember it. But my brain has just literally had a memory blank. I don't like it when it does that. And then you go back in with burgundy and really deepen up that red. So I told you about the one, just told you about Easter Ave. Uh, Told you about Easter Ave. Why can't I think what that last one was? White pencils are picky business. It's secret science trying to find the right one, and colourists will swatch for an hour searching for high and low. Oh, I remember it now. It was the nuclear bunker. Um, the nuclear bunker in, can't remember the town it was in, but it's one of them underground raid tunnels. So if where the government had the bombings and stuff, they would go in there and they'd have all them radio stations and whatnot, and they'd communicate in these bunkers. We went to one of them, and it was a very interesting night. We'd set up trigger objects all around the place. We'd put sensors in doorways, and the sensors was going off, and we kept running out for switch them back on, and we'd reset them, and we'd walk away, and they'd go off again. So someone was coming in and out of the room who we couldn't see. I just get a little dink here. I just need to put the crack in this bone in here and here, and then A little bit in that bit there. Deepen that red up. I was really hoping I'd get to the moon to show you all the moon. So yeah, so then we went into this other room where there were like all these bunk beds, so they would have been the sleeping quarters for the staff there. And we was doing what's called scrying. So I don't know if anyone's heard of scrying. And if I'm going to tell you something on here, um, oh, so if I tell you about scrying, please do not attempt any of these at home unless you're with a professional ghost hunting group. So I will put that disclaimer out there. But it's called scrying, and it's where you focus your energy into a mirror and you go with the feelings that you get and you ask spirit to come forward and you ask them to make you feel or give you thoughts of how they are feeling and what they're thinking and stuff like that. It's very, very effective. We've had loads and loads and loads of guests be affected by scrying, and they'll be crying. And this lady was in this mirror and she just got so angry. And I was stood asking the questions. I was part of the team at this point, and I was stood asking her questions, and I was saying, "Are you happy that we're here?" And she was looking at me with this scowl, and she was like, "No, she's not happy with you all at all. She wants you to get out." And in the meantime, we had two grown men, one was lied on a bed, blindfolded to see what he could feel, because you take away your senses, and sometimes your sight, your hearing becomes better. So we did that, and he went all funny and he wasn't taking us on. So we had to pull him out of the room. In the meantime, this lady's still in the mirror and she's staring at me. And I said, "Did you work here?" And she just kept saying to me, "No, but I don't like you." And I was at it, "Well, if you don't like me, that's fine, but we're here to find out what's your name. I'm not telling you my name." And she was completely out of it, and she was talking to me but didn't realise she was talking to me. And that was really amazing. But then we was in the room with the bunk beds in, and we was all sat there, and the next minute it was like someone had lifted the bunk bed and banged it so hard on the floor. It was really aggressive, and it scared even us as team. Started getting a bit EBGB, and we are there thinking, "Come on, we want this happening, you know. Um, we want stuff going on," but this started getting really active. And then we was in the corridor where there was like a cinema room where they show you all the reenactments of what it would have been like. There's an air raid room and stuff like that, and we was in there and we just saw this shadow of a person in the corridor, full blown shadow, and it just went whoosh as fast as it appeared. It just walked off and went up the stairs. And actually some of the team went off looking because half the group seen it, and it was just this black eerie looking shadow. So that was a really interesting night, that one. So going in with Cole, just giving you a recap, working your way down the bone, then shadow, just leaving a little bit in the middle for light grey. So you can say that one give us right heebie-jeebies. It did. I'm trying to remember another good one we had. That was it. Right, we was in Hinley Library where we had the grow up in the bottom moment, but on a different night. We went back, and we went back in the staircase where we went back in the staircase what led to the attic, and me and a lady, she's as quite sensitive like I am, and we sat, it was like, have you ever been in a castle that's got the turrets at the side, what are like a really tight spiral staircase, and you feel like you're going up and forever? But when you after the first part and you're going round and you've got like, I'm conscious of time. Oh, I'm gonna have to go. I'll have to cut this story short. I will tell you all in the chat in Emily's stream because I've got 4 minutes. I'll quickly tell it you. I'll quickly tell it you. Can someone put Emily's link in the stream for me, one of the mods, if you don't mind? But we sat on the bottom of the stairs and we was about halfway up, and we asked any spirit to come down the stairs, walk down the stairs to us. And the next minute, all we hears is dum, 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 dum. And I went, and I've actually got it on record, and I'm at it, come closer, and then it goes dum, dum, and I swear it got that close, it was about 4 steps, and my friend who was sat below me took off, left me in this stairwell, and then I had to run out and was screaming the place down, and I wasn't going any further. I thought that was enough because it came close enough. So that's my last ghost story. And that's how much I've got done. It isn't much more, but I will be finishing it off on Thursday stream. So thank you to Shelley and Belinda for an amazing colorathon. This is my last sitting for the day, for the colorathon, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed it. And thank you to everybody who's come along and subscribed to my channel. That's been in chats both this morning and tonight, who's been lurking and watching my videos. I've really enjoyed meeting all you lovely new people, and I've loved being part of this event. So thank you everybody, and enjoy the last 2 streams of Spooktober, and good night, God bless, stay safe, and hope the ghoulies don't bite. Goodbye from Shellerty, breaker of tips, slayer of names, and gob on legs. Good night.